Hi, Uncover the News. How are you? 15 minutes ago, I woke up and I checked the time and I went, oh my God, I'm supposed to be live. Thank you for hanging in there. Hi, Amy Smith. Hi, Linda Sandoval. Thank you. I overslept, basically. So, yeah. We've had a very, very busy few days all over the place and stuff. So, hi, Wendy Kay. So I overslept and, yeah. I haven't even had time to look at news articles and look at things. I think go have a hot shower. So I went and had a hot shower and then he told me I came out. I won't. Okay, I won't. Yeah. Yeah. Normally I would have just come out here and not bothered with a 1-minute shower.
Oh, sleepy.
He reckons I look sleepy. I'm still sleepy. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sharon. Hi. Where's hubby? You need your coffee. He actually made me the coffee before he even did his brekkie. So that was very sweet. Amy.
Oh boy.
So I'm really sorry. I'm running a little bit late, but you know. Seriously, I only woke up at I woke up and said, oh, I have to do a live and change. What time is it? So I checked. I said it's 9:14. So it's just hang on a moment. But you know what? Things happen. Hi, Kat. And either laugh at things or let things go and relax for a bit. Or the name of the game for both of us today is 100% relaxation. Hang on a minute. I've got to move my monitor just for because it's sitting on top of the mouse cable. No wonder my mouse would not. Hang on. There we go. I have more movement in the mouse. Not much more, but more. So it's just, I can't imagine Mesquite. Hi, Laura Carlson. Yes, you know me. Remember that candle I had that said embrace chaos? Yep, still chaos. But you know what? There's only 2 ways to deal with chaos. Laugh at it and say, bring it on. I can't do it. I'm going to live on the couch for the rest of your life. I think I'll bring it on. Oh, better put that aside. Oh, my goodness me. Okay. Right. Megan 2024 presidential bid. I can't see her doing that. I can't see her doing that. I need a piece of paper to write the questions on. So, anyone got questions? And no, I didn't oversleep because I over celebrated St. Patrick's Day down here. No, just overslept. Mind you, I haven't had a Kilkenny in ages. I've had Guinness before, but I'm not really a big fan of Guinness. But Kilkenny, I quite like Kilkenny kind of draft. So.
Well,
oh, good. Mm-hmm. They voted no on the Congressional gold medals. Idiot. Yes, you caught me. I overslept. So I overslept, Sheila. Dishes and stitches. Yeah, so I haven't even had a chance to look at. So somebody give me something to read on. Oh, 172 House Republicans voted against. What are these people? What are they? Who are they? Not just base. They don't even have the basic human. Violence against anyone is not good. It's not acceptable. Yeah. Oh, just hi, Jayla. Hi, Deborah Costro. It's just been chaotic around our house for the last few days. So, as you were well aware, with my wireless and everything being knocked out. Hi, Linda Thompson. If anyone got questions, I'm happy to take questions. Wow. March 20th. That's this coming. Okay. Is anything going to be happening on March 20th? Okay. What's happening in our country? Yeah, not much. Still delays with the vaccine. So Australia vaccine. Hi, Edna May. Hi, Annie. Yes. Is Syvance? Well, he's thinking about. I did a reading on Syvance on Tuesday night, but I'll do another one. Syvance. Any changes since then in his run for office? So if he runs, will it be successful? I just read on if he was going to the other day, but I didn't read on whether or not it would be successful. So, hi, Clarence Fields. Hi, Dave. Weisselberg's daughter-in-law. Yeah. Any more questions? Because I'm going cold this morning. I haven't had a chance to even look at the news. Vegan macarons. I can't see that. I really can't. I think she didn't like her time in the ultra spotlight. She couldn't, you know, she had too many problems with that. And ASIO removes a significant number of foreign spies and their proxies. ASIO is the Australian security. Oh, they're our spy, our spy thing. Domestic spy agency, which means it's the international one, Australia. I've been meaning to sit down and do ice, but I do a video on ice, but I just hadn't gotten there. So I'm going to do a reading on ice today. I've been asked a few times by you guys. Repercussions from the Putin report. Yeah. I got just flashing through my head on that one about the Republicans. Not all of them. I'll have a look. Anyway, that'll do to go on with 11 minutes. So I've got down the thing about March 20th. Is there going to be any action on March 20th? Who is Weisselberg's daughter-in-law? Oh, okay. Weisselberg's daughter-in-law. You don't have a name on her? Just okay. I can do a reading on her. Hi, Joan Morey. Anyway, I'm just going to do a quick prayer. Okay, I am looking at March 20th. Will there be anything on March 20th? I did a reading into that the other day. It was definitely constrained. Will China invade Taiwan? Just got flashing to my mind. China is not happy about the Quad conference. That just flashed through my mind. So that could be interesting, what China might get up to this year. So we'll have a look at them too. Oh. Hi, Jane Finley English. I've had people ask me about PayPal. Do you have a PayPal account? It's the same as my general account, so which is footprinttarot@gmail.com. Because some people don't like to do things through YouTube, so just March 20th. The highest truth. There's going to be a change with regard to Q. That doesn't necessarily mean people are going to, you know, get killed or anything. Review of judges. I've written down that question, J-Lo. I've just got judges review, so I'll look at that too. Hi, Helena Harrison. Hi, Gradmere. So we're looking at March 20th. So there's definitely going to be a change happening there with Q, around Q, associated with Q. Lack of resources, inability to bring things together. So this is the magician and it's reversed. So it's often wasted resources, an inability to bring everything together. So there's been some attempts to try and get people to come together and do it, but and do something in Washington, but there's been, I suppose, a bit of a lack of enthusiasm, especially since March 3rd was, you know, any activity that was planned for March 3rd. I think they jumped on that the minute these guys got into Washington. They were, you know, under observation and stuff, and I think it's going to be a similar thing. And so not able to bring everything together. Lack of resources. I think they were doing a lot of money raising, a lot of money was donated to these causes, and there seems to be loss happening. I repeat, Lena Rodriguez, the wonderful Lena Rodriguez, highlighted that the gap in the head here is repetition, making the same mistakes and repetition. So they've sort of, it's repetitive. So I think a lot of people are starting to believe that they still believe Trump won, but then they've stopped believing that he's going to be miraculously put in place on March 20th and stuff. So lack of belief. There's a lack of communication here, base level communication. Trump's not really talking. He's stopped talking about, you know, taking over in the White House and all that. And without Trump, Q's voice is getting less and less and less, and the conspiracy theories are getting less and less and less. Well, the conspiracy theories are too, but without Trump, Trump isn't saying anything. He's not putting Q down, but he's talking about, oh, he would like, you know, see Meghan Markle in office. Honestly, if SpongeBob SquarePants announced that he was going to run for office, Trump would say, I'd be interested in that. I'd like to see that. So that's just anyone who isn't on his hit list. So that base level communication and stuff, it's not happening either. They're losing a lot of their ground. They're still very dangerous. Make no mistakes. It just takes a few of the wrong people to get in there. But their ability to communicate is lessened. I'm going to do a, yeah. We're looking at March 20th. They're still putting out stuff. They're still gaslighting about March 28th. Yeah, so they're still gaslighting and putting stuff out, but childish reactions to surprising news. The emotionally immature. New direction. This is assessment leading to a new direction. They're losing people, basically. They are losing people. January 6th did not succeed. Nothing happened on March 4th. They're losing people. People are heading in a different direction. That doesn't mean that they stop supporting Trump or whatever. It just means that they're losing people. But also, they're thinking, well, if none of this was true and none of this happened, cameos here, sitting right on top of the cards. Perhaps the election was real. So that's they're changing the thinking. And this is the change that they're not able to stop. This is a change you can't avoid, the death card. So, hello, boo-boo. Hello. Hello, Camille. Hello, my darling. No, it took mummy a year to wean you off your coffee. Yes, it did. She had a coffee habit. Legacy. The Q legacy is not going to be what they imagined it would be, the people who took it over or whatever, the people who hijacked the whole thing. It's coming to an end. This is a 10. This is the end of a cycle. And I do think that they're not getting the money that, I think a large money was definitely a huge motivator here. People contributing and donating and stuff, and they're not getting the money coming in. They were. She is honestly. But they're trying to hide that. Oh, a new journey that they're not prepared for. I think things are going to start falling apart for Q and pretty quick. I got people are closing in on them. That flashed through my mind. And they're not prepared for it. Need to walk away. They're not going to get an offer. They're going to face the full, the full force of the law. Somebody asked me about Ron Watkins the other day. I think he's going to help the authorities get to it. Yeah, these guys. If they'd have wrapped up shop before January 6th, they might have gotten away with being offered deals, but they're not going to get offered deals at all. Are you comfortable then? Are you comfortable? And all this is around March 20th. So is there going to be action? I'm reading not really. It's not going to be as, if anything does happen, it's going to be shut down very quickly before it even has a chance to coalesce. Efforts have a chance to coalesce into something bigger. They're still wise. They're still very wise to be on the alert, because there are some really, really, really emotionally disturbed people out there who have not got the ability and the sophisticated understanding of what this is all about. Is there going to be disturbances on March 20th, as Q says? Page of Cups. Here's the emotional. Six of Pentacles. There's talk about it, sharing ideas. The Moon. There's definitely some underground thing. Strange. I was reading on March 20th, but I came out with sort of like the future of what's going down with Q. So now I'm going to read, is that going to be Q inspired action? There could be, possibly close to the White House. There's definitely still some people in hiding who are prepared to come out and you know, do some stuff that honestly, there's going to be prosecution, and people they're going to be jumped on very quickly. They're going to be jumped on very quickly. This Page of Cups, the start of brewing something really highly emotionally charged and stuff. But we've got the judge here and the king, the prosecutor and the judge, the king and the queen, prosecutor, judge, for me. Yeah, there's still some people who might attempt to do something to overturn Biden's victory, but it's not going to be able to grow into this huge, big, violent thing that happened on January 6th. I think people are going to get jumped on very quickly, especially after that guy was outside Kamala Harris's residence, was it? So there'll probably be some attempts to start something, but they're going to be jumped on very, very quickly. Similar, I think, to what happened on March 4th. They might be able to have a protest or something, but they're not going to be able to protest anywhere near the White House or the Capitol. No permits will be granted to march. We should get them moving, and they can ignore the route that we're given. So there might be some sedentary or protests in one place, but it would be very specific where they could. Yeah, so there might be plans, but they're not really going to happen. And I think too that Q is heading for an irrevocable change. They're still going to be around for a while yet. Can't be written off. They have been designated a terrorist organisation. So, no. Nobody, I don't think anyone's going to die, Dave, okay? Only ever wish justice on people, okay? Look, they might attempt it, but it's not going to happen. I'm not saying there's not going to be stuff happening, but it's going to be jumped on very, very quickly. Will we have another wave? Ooh. Will the US have another wave of the virus? Hi, crazy cat lady Farley. Don't worry about it. You're late. I actually overslept. I didn't get on the start till like 25 past 9. Europe is facing a third wave of the virus. Will there be another wave in the US? Four of Cups. Ace of Cups. Four of Cups is no. Ace is yes. Seven of Wands, standing ground, setting boundaries. It's also a no. Seven of Cups is a maybe. Confusion. Two of Pentacles. Balancing, finding a balance. Tower. That's a no, but there is going to be. The Star. Yes, yes. Three no's, but one is a Tower. Emperor. Yeah, I think there could be another wave coming. What just went through my mind that Australia hasn't even really been hit yet, and we are going to get hit. So that's a different thing. But we're looking at the US. Yeah, there's a Star which is very hopeful on dealing with the wave. So people certainly don't want a wave, but there's a way to deal with it, and that's the vaccine. So there's a lot of people who are saying, I don't want the vaccine, but the vaccine is the best help. So the vaccine rollout is really important to dealing with it. There's going to be new boundaries set with it. Okay. But I do see it. I do see stuff happening. Yeah, I think there's certainly a possibility of a new wave. This isn't a good card, even though it's no, it's still not a good card. Change, something happening that you can't stop. But there's a lot more hope in dealing with it because things are happening. There's more stability in the country. There's more officers' help. But there are still some states where there's still a lot of confusion and stuff, and the governors, you know, not using the mask mandate. That's another thing. They don't want the mask mandate. But there's the vaccine. This is the vaccine. So yes, there's quite possibly going to be a third wave coming, but it's going to be managed better. The vaccine is going to help. The mask mandate will help. But again, there's still going to be areas that, because things aren't clear, because things haven't been made clear, because boundaries haven't been set, they're probably going to be more vulnerable than others. But, you know, just because the governors of your states said the mask mandate's not happening, doesn't mean you can't wear a mask yourself. Wear a mask, yeah. But of course, there's a lot of people who won't, and then there's a lot of people too who don't want the vaccine. So, will Mo Brooks be arrested? He's been named in that lawsuit by Sywell, hasn't he? Yeah. Look, it looks like there is going to be another third wave. I'm sorry, guys, but it's going to be handled a lot better, especially where the boundaries are set in place by government officials and stuff like that. Things are going to be managed a lot better, dealt with a lot better, juggled a lot better. There's more hope. They've also found out more about how to treat this disease. So that's a lot with the hope. So the hope here is more about how to treat it. There's more stability in leadership. So it's going, yes, there is going to be a third wave, but it's going to be dealt with a lot better, and it might, it is going to have an impact. It is going to have an impact, okay? But there's two other high impact cards that are going to counteract that. But it's still, yeah, this thing isn't going to go anywhere quickly, unfortunately. Hi, Sharon Lee. That's my phone going. There it is. Let's have a look. Thank you, Laura. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Sorry. Australia. We have only had 100,000 people vaccinated, or a little bit over. I mean, more people are getting vaccinated every day, but it's ridiculous. But getting supplies. What's happening with our supplies? They're not getting here. Despite the worry, look, the AstraZeneca vaccine there's been some cause for concern with blood clots and stuff. And Hi, Judy Malley. So we're oh, that's good. Got a good reminder. NRL's on tonight. Yeah. Australia. 2 more Proud Boys leaders arrested by the FBI over the Capitol riot. Yep. Someone in the Proud Boys is going to talk. Someone in the Proud Boys is going to talk about what went on in the White House that day. That'll be interesting. Yeah, so we had a vaccine. No, that was a test here. Or was it a vaccine? We had a vaccine in development at the University of Queensland, but the problem was people who took the vaccine and then got tested, it was giving false positives for HIV. So instead of saying, okay, the Australian government pulled funding for it, instead of saying, okay, you've got to work on this because it is good, but you've got to work on this aspect of it, they pulled the funding. So we're left hanging in the wind, and I'm just going to ask, is Australia going to cop a big wave of COVID? I'm just so fortunate to be living where I'm living. Is Australia going to cop a big wave of COVID? Hi, Melody Frazier. Aloha and welcome. This is the first time I've seen your name here, so thank you very much, everyone. Welcome, Melody. It's lovely to see your name. And, yeah. COVID, Australia, will we cop a big wave nationwide? Justice, momentum, they're both yes cards or maybe cards. Walking away, abandonment. Support, agreement, wishful thinking. These agreements are not working out. Pfizer did not send the number that they said they would. AstraZeneca, they're having trouble with getting, things done. It's heartbreak and a feeling of betrayal. I mean, he's crowing about the vaccine rollout, but they're saying October now. It was supposed to be the end of May, everyone would be vaccinated. Now they're saying it's October and stuff. The government institutions and hierarchies, it's not, there's a breakdown there. Chaos. The home, families. This is theft. Vaccine. I feel that that's like not getting the vaccine. Page of Swords, disappointing news, anxiety. Yeah, look, I do feel that. We haven't really been hit at all. And I am in no way underplaying the fact that over 900 people have died from this, and, you know, several thousand have had their lives altered by this and the after effects of it. We've been able to handle it. I do feel we're going to get a big hit. I do think, as far as handling it and looking after people, our system will be able to do that. But it's this thing with the vaccine rollout, and it's causing more and more anxiety every day. Where are the vaccines? Where are the vaccines? I do know that from the story I read, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Novavax was the other vaccine. I don't know what's going on with the Novavax vaccine. It's being manufactured in Newcastle, in England. I get the feeling that we've been pushed down to the bottom of the list because all the other countries are saying, well, Australia's got a handle on it. You know, they don't really need it. There's no urgent need for it because they've handled it well and all that. And they've got a grip on it. That's no excuse. You know, we're starting to feel our isolation in a different way because we have no close neighbours and stuff. I hope I'm wrong. Mind you, all of the cabinet's being vaccinated. How's Canada going? How's Canada going with COVID? Oh, good. Good. That is such good news, Dave. 2 people have been charged with sickness death. How's it going to go? How's Canada going to go with their vaccines? Strong, compassionate leadership. Talks. The 2 leaders are in talk. This is Biden and this is probably Trudeau then. Talking. They're trying to get through to cut through the crap of what's happening. Biden's not happy that Canada's being left out in the cold. They're the immediate neighbour to a very important alliance. The vaccines are being like cut down to 1/4 of what they're supposed to be. devil in play here. This is going to have a very large impact on Canada because that third wave that I was talking about, it's on the North American continent. So Canada's going to be affected as well. And it's going to have really catastrophic effects there. Canada is holding their own, but only just. Nurturing, we've got some high impact cards. Yeah, there's going to be high, Canada's going to be hit hard. It's another third wave. They will hold their own. Mothering, nurturing, looking after people. They've learned a lot about how to combat this if you get it. So less people die. But yeah, they've got the same anxiety card that Australia got. But to be able to nurture and help and look after things. But yeah. The institutions within Canada there, yeah, they're going to be able to hold their, because they've learned a lot, but it's still going to be a really great burden. It's not the government. It's not like the US government holding things back. It's something else, and probably greed. Temperance, restraint. Yeah, there's definitely something holding them back, and it's greed and avarice holding back the vaccines. Greed and avarice is holding things back, and it's going to have a very high impact. There's a lot of high impact cards here. So greed and avarice are holding things back with the vaccine there. It's causing anxiety. There's another wave that's going to be really, really bad for the US and for Canada. Sorry. There's some companies that need to kick up the butt. They're in America, they're going, yep, no problem. But other countries, they're being asses and creating problems. Flow lines, trying to get more money out of it because the US government, they've practically got to give away the vaccine in the US. They're going to try and gouge Canada, Mexico, whoever, whoever's close by, and hold them to ransom, more money. Doug Ford, the Ontario Premier, is being an ass. Do you want me to uncover the news? Hi, Jazzy girl. Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario. Let's have a look at what is in the future for him then. We'll take a little bit of a diversion. Taco trucks, yum, tacos, yummy, love tacos. Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario in Canada. Had to cards around the wrong way. I don't like seeing what comes up. You know, then you can be Hunger Games get a shot. Is that in Texas? Yeah. What about other states? What's it like in other states? Hi, Karen Harding. Haven't seen your name for a while. Welcome back. Hi, Greta. Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario in Canada. What is his future like? Restrained. Wants to go charging forward. No, he's holding back. His health officials have said, look, there's a third wave. And he's holding back. He is going to go on a new journey. Looking at what the future is of Doug Ford, who is the Premier of the province of Ontario in Canada. He's going to be embattled. I don't know when he's up for re-election. He has not. Everything this stands for: wisdom, compassion, intuition, openness, ability to communicate. He isn't. If he doesn't get his way, he throws ganties. I feel like this should be reversed. Loss. He is facing loss and regret. This is what he's facing, and this is the journey he's about to go on to. Is going to be filled with loss and regret. He's going to be embattled. There is going to be something come out about him and the way he's been ruling Ontario. Very surprising, emotional news. Ooh. People from outside are watching. There's six provinces in Canada, is that right? People from outside the other provinces are watching. Or is there 9? People from outside are definitely going to be watching him. And this is the world. This is also the completion of one journey and the start of another, which is interesting because it's on top of the fall and it's on top of loss and regret. But also this is like his actions are going to have a wider effect, an effect outside of his province. Oh, I accidentally pulled that off the bottom. Burden. So put that there. That one. Here's the anxiety card again. He's in for anxiety, and he's Hierophant again. I really did shuffle these cards very well. But here's a retirement. Anxiety. Ooh. This man would really like to go toe-to-toe with Biden. He does not like Biden. What's all that about? Judgment, Queen of Swords. Really interesting. Hey, boo boo. Hey, Cameo. Hey, Bubba girl. He really doesn't like Biden. He feels Biden's judging him. Or judges. Anyway, there's going to be consequences for his actions. He's going to be judged, and his government's going to be judged as well. There's going to be consequences for his actions. Corruption. He's pretty corrupt. So that is Doug Ford. He's interesting. Okay. Cy Vance. I'm going to grab a couple of fresh decks, I think. Well, no, I've used these decks for now, but between now and when I come back on Sunday, I'm going to always keep this deck. It's always going to stay, and the little purple deck, but I like to rotate the other decks as well, so be a bit of a deck rotation there. Hi, 171 sign-in. Hi, Sandra Henderson. Okay. Cy Vance. Oh, you got your J&J vaccine. Oh, good. Cy Vance. Cy Vance. Guides of the highest truth and compassion. Please help. Will Cy Vance be successful if he runs office? Got this card throughout, which is anxious, anxiety, time of anxiety. Change of fortune. I'll see that. Will Cy Vance be successful? There's a time of chaos and anxiety coming up by the looks of it. I think this is the third wave. I don't know what the third wave has to do with him if he's going to run for office. But he's definitely got those plans in there. I've asked if he would be successful. There's some roadblocks in the way, hidden roadblocks. But I see government and institutions. That's lengthy. And why, you know, a person at the head of an institution. Eight of Cups, people walking away, him walking away. Ace of Wands. Sharing the feelings. Sharing partnerships. Support. Hanging in there. Agenda, if he gets his agenda right. He's got support, but there are some hidden roadblocks, and he's really got to get his agenda right. So if he gets hooked into the right agenda that appeals to people and partners up with the right people, yes, he'll be successful. But I do think it would be a close run thing. Like he'll just hang in there. But yes, he would bring new energy and new ideas to the table, but there are some hidden roadblocks. He's got to avoid the trap of donor deals, quid pro quo. If he does all that, yes, he probably will get in. But you know what? It's not going to be smooth sailing for him. He's got a lot of things he has to avoid and work around. And the current situation with chaos and everything at the moment is one of them. With not just with COVID, but with if he hasn't got any hidden secrets, with this thirst to upset the apple cart and create chaos and, you know, paint people in their worst light and stuff. If he has nothing hidden that can come to light, he'll be okay. But there's still going to be some, this is a dual card to me. If he's got no secrets going to come to light, they'll be good. But there's also some roadblocks along the way that he can't see yet that he's going to have to overcome. But if he can do all that, yeah, he'll be successful in his run for whatever office he goes for. So, Whoa! That is severe migraine, memory loss, use. Hi, Angler. Hi, Ronald. I have not seen you for a little while. Welcome back. Hi, Kim King. New name. Thank you. You peel yourself off wallflower mode and say, thank you, Kim. That's lovely. Jennifer, Weisselberg's daughter-in-law. Okay, let's have a look. Is she going to be the woman who brings down Trump? Let's have a look. Weisselberg's daughter-in-law, Jennifer. I take it she has something to do with the Trump organization. I'm thinking of doing a live stream tomorrow night, and I thought we could either do wild and out there, no Q, no politics, nothing like that. I've done a couple of pet reads, and I will do another one, but I thought we'd go in a bit of a different things, wild and mysterious sort of things. So I'm thinking of doing that tomorrow night. What do you guys think? Would you like it? Hello, Sherry French. So all things wild and wacky. Or mysterious. I can do mysteries, unsolved mysteries. There's something I've wanted to look at the Beale ciphers. I've wanted to do a video on it, but I've not gotten around to doing a video on it. The fact is I can't find my old phone, which I used to do those videos. But I can use my new phone to do them. I don't want to use it. So I'm thinking old unsolved mysteries and I won't do the Skinwalker Ranch. That scares me. Somebody's asked me before to do Skinwalker Ranch. No. But unsolved mysteries and spooky and things like that. So I'll set that up. I'll schedule that for tomorrow night. Can't do it tonight. Wow. Will Weisselberg's daughter-in-law Jennifer, will she be the person, the woman who takes down Trump? Definitely going to lead to a change in fortune, an unavoidable change in fortune. The greedy merchant. She's shining some light on things that have been hidden. So far, that's yeses and maybe. Oh, lots. She's got lots and lots of stuff that she's communicating to authorities. She's got the receipts. Hanged Man. It is going to bring a pause to everything Trump organization. This could be leading to a freeze in assets. This is going to be a pause. Not a change of perception. Everyone's perception of Trump is really pretty clear. But a pause. This can be, you know, part of the hangman is a pause, a stop in momentum, a freeze even. So I saw freeze of assets is what I associated with that. That's what came into my mind there. Oh, there's going to be a lot of infighting because of what she has to say. Going to bring a lot of conflict to the Trump family. I try not to automatically associate the Ten of Cups with the Republicans. So when I have that automatic association, I then step back and take a big breath and think, no, it's not necessarily that. So I took a big breath back, communications, yet there is some Republican tie-in with some Republicans, not the whole party, but some Republicans. So their involvement with Trump walk. Balancing the books, yet this is manipulation, fraud and embezzlement. Offer they don't want. She's taken a deal. She's taken a deal. Because she just wants to be done with all things Trump. She's sick of all things Trump, so she's picked up that goblet. And she's tired of all things Trump. She feels like her father's or father-in-law's reputation is in tatters. She's sick of all things Trump, so she's willing to pick that up. Oh, it definitely increased momentum in the case. She's definitely manipulation, freezing assets, greedy merchant, freezing assets over manipulation. Some Trump organization people might find themselves tied up in a corner they can't get out of. Not necessarily Trump. Prosecutions. Yeah, she's definitely going to play a big part in the downfall of the Trump organization. Possibly in part in Trump as a person, but, you know, since Trump stepped down that elevator, he's done so many other things outside of the organization that can lead to his downfall. But the Trump organization, she's playing a big part in that just imploding or exploding. Judgment. Definitely. She's definitely got a role. Yeah, what's next on the thing? ICE. Immigration, Customs and Excise in the US. I really am sorry. I said I'd do a whole video on it and it just never happened and I feel bad. Until she releases the Kraken. For some reason, the image I got when Jazzy Girl said, can't wait till she releases the Kraken. You know, that odd thing they say with plumbers and their pants or trousers are never quite enough, and when they bend down, you get the plumber's crack. This huge big image in front of me. A big fat butt showing plumber's crack, and it's like, oh my God. The Kraken. The crack. She is the crack, the final crack that is going to bring down the Trump organization. What a way to picture it. That final fracture is a big fat ass with plumber's crack. Well, he's got a big fat ass, hasn't he? Oh. Let's see. That doesn't mean it's going to happen too soon, but it will happen. It will happen, and I do think they're going to start freezing assets soon. Okay, immigration, customs and excise. Will there be clean out? I got clean out. What's on the bottom? Magician. It's everything they need to change things, to bring about a change, and to basically, there's going to be also efforts within it to make certain things disappear, certain documents and paperwork, but okay. Victory, leading to surprising news, leading to basically a change in the way things have been done in the last few years, a change in this, stabbing people in the back, betrayal, dishonestly, corruption, all of that, a change. The victory is going to lead to an end to abuse of power. surprising news about resources and stability within the organisation. There's going to be new resources given to the organisation to re-establish its stability and the leadership. But they're at a crossroads now. There's going to be new leadership brought into. Re-establishing the restraints that should apply in this role, and re-establishing the balance of the organisation's balance between, look, it's got a foot on land, foot on water, mixing water through the air, land, sea, air, land, sea, re-establishing what their priorities should be and how they should go about doing them, and returning to the proper balance of the getting rid of the abuse of power and the corruption that was represented by here, and a return to a more balanced department. There is going to be justice. So people are going to be held accountable for their actions within the organisation, whether it's they're in leadership roles or right down to a border patrol guard. If you've done it, there's going to be a lot of people held accountable under this new leadership. There's going to be an overflow of emotion attached to this. A lot of reunion. There's going to be a lot of people reunited that were torn apart by ICE and their raids and things like that. Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be people going to jail over some of the actions here. And the world is going to be looking on because, you know, part of ICE's role is to, here's America in the centre and here's the rest of the world, is the customs and the excise. People from other worlds are really interested in what's going to happen with ICE from other countries and what's going to happen there. There's going to be past actions, past relationships coming back. This could also be past actions coming back to haunt people, but I feel it's like a return to the past of a better run, less corrupt institution. Lots of support for it. Reunification of families is going to lead to as well. And there are going to be legal consequences for those, again, harping back to justice and to the 8 of cards. This should be like this. It said no escaping the consequences of your illegal actions. So, yeah, there's going to be a complete sweep out of ICE. It's going to be new resources, new leadership. Yeah. Now, let's see. Okay. The report about Putin. There are the repercussions from it. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a complete reformation of ICE. Cower movement. Changes they can't avoid. Now, looking at repercussions for Putin, the report on Putin, will there be repercussions? I've heard rumours that I haven't been, you know, watching the news and all that this week because being overwhelmed with other stuff. So what, you know, remind me, what did it say? That there was proof of cause between Putin and Trump or something? But anyway, will there be repercussions? On the report about Putin's. Yes, went through my mind. Oh, big repercussions, big changes. And the world's watching on here. The world's watching on. Thank you, Joanne Mora. Thank you very much. Yeah, definitely a new journey going to come out of this. Definitely new beginnings coming out of this report. Yeah, definitely deals. There's going to be repercussions about deals, not just with Trump, but with other people in the cabinet. Possibly Pompeo. Get the other deck here. Will Pompeo be caught up in this Putin report? Is Pompeo caught up in this Putin report? There are going to be consequences for Pompeo. Page of Swords, whistleblower, hanged man, the Hierophant. Yeah, he definitely caught up in it somehow. There. The Putin report. There's going to be repercussions for Pompeo. Basically frozen. And what is that? Burn notice, that where they burn you and you're stuck where you are and nobody can help you. I feel like that's what's going to happen with, you know, with the CIA, and they burn you, so you don't no longer exist and you don't have any help from them or anything. And you're basically stuck on your own. That's what I feel is going to happen with Pompeo. Definitely a heavy burden here, leading to a change. There's also, yeah, 10 of wands, Queen of Cups. This is definitely, in this instance, Russia. This is the Four of Pentacles. This is how close, how tight a hold Putin had on Trump. He was hanging on to him. He really had him held close. A lot of people think some of the things Trump did was just because he could do them. No, some of them he did because Putin told him to. That's how tight, that's how reined in he was by Putin. Putin offered him the job and he took it. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you. Putin offered him the job and he took it. That's why he went for it. We will make you the most powerful man in the world and you will have untold riches. Yeah. Yeah, and chaos and Putin's agenda about chaos, it's all going to come out. There's going to be repercussions to people. Definitely. And Pompeo is going to be a big one. And ties, and there's repercussions for some people in Congress. As you know, this card for me is not any longer Nancy Pelosi, it's Congress. So there's definitely going to be repercussions for some people in Congress. Let's ask some questions. Hey, little purple cards again. The people in Congress who are going to have repercussions. Will Lindsey Graham be one of them? All things that were hidden about Lindsey Graham are going to come out. So possibly, yeah. Who else? Jim Jordan? Matt Gates? Devin Nunes. All consequences for Devin Nunes. I'll read on sanctions. Devin Nunes and Lindsey Graham, definitely. Matt Gates, no, not really. Jim Jordan, yeah, I'll try Jim Jordan, even though I really didn't get Jim Jordan. He's out in the cold. He was out in the cold. 9 of Wands and he battled. Yeah, possibly for Jim Jordan as well. Really interesting. Hello. Hello, my darling girl. Hello. Would you like Mummy to check your water and stuff? If you guys will just give me a couple of minutes, I am going to check Cameo's water bowl and stuff. And yeah, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes because I came straight on. I didn't do my normal check. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. I want to see my big butt. Coffee cups are building up. Yeah. No. Okay.
Oh. Oh, that's it. I'll put that on. Yeah.
Okay, guys, come on back. It's fresh coffee on the way. Oh. Oh, I'm just going to push this back because the fringe is driving me bananas. Oh. Yeah, cameos. I just because I came and sat right down, I didn't check her water, and she's like, and I'm like, it's pretty dry. Fox News. Fox News does have a future, but they've got to do a lot of things to do that. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Hi, Judith Gash. Has anyone else joined since I went to change Cameo's water and beg for more coffee? Yeah, I'll read on Putin and sanctions if you like. We've also got those 12 representatives who voted no. They're just nasty people, really. On the medals, China and Taiwan, the judges that Trump put in, will they be sacked or whatever? Will they be reviewed? So, where did I go? Cameo looked at me and it finally hit that because I hopped straight on here. I didn't check her water this morning, so her water was needed. And I also took the opportunity to see hubby. Bobby! Microwave's dinged, and ask him if he could make me a coffee. So my Bubba girls, yeah. You didn't see that. Okay. Tell you what, I'm just gonna move these decks. James! James! That thing's dinged. That thing's dinged. You know. Thank you. I have a loving husband. And a really, really cute book boyfriend. You know, you're reading a book and you think, oh, he'd be a great boyfriend. But of course, in real life, you know, they wouldn't be as perfect as they are. So you keep them in the book.
Special coffee.
What time will be live tomorrow night, Chrissy? I could go on tomorrow morning my time, which is tonight your time, which is Thursday night your time, I think. I can go tomorrow night my time, which is
Chris.
Friday morning your time. I'll keep it around. Can you take this? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Bit stiff and sore.
Your toupee still in place.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't wear a toupee.
Absolutely do not.
He hasn't even had to go and get hair fusion done. I might have to send him to my friend Sonia at one stage so he can get the hair tattoos done. I can do Saturday morning my time, which is Friday night your time. So do you guys want Friday night your time? Because I can do that. That'd be Saturday morning my time. When do you want to do this unsolved mysteries and out there stuff? I won't tell you, but you'll see it. I'll schedule it soon. I just got a fresh deck. Oh, fresh deck. Now, what are we looking at? The 12 representatives who voted no to congressional medals. Idiots. Were any of them, I'm not going to say all of them, were any of them involved in the riot? Thank you, Shelby. You take me as you find me. If you can't stand the fact that I might talk for 10 minutes and that turns you off, well, yeah, or starting. Yeah, I might step up and leave for a couple of minutes, or the cat might interrupt, or I might have to go and help me with something for a couple of minutes. But, you know, it is what it is. Anytime's a good time for me, Simon. So I'm happy to do it at any time. I take the cards seriously and everything, but you know what? Life is too short to wish for justice on people. And they will get the justice that is coming to them. That's what you should do. It might not seem like justice to you, but what happens to them will be their justice that they have coming to them. And it might not even be now, it might be much later down the road, but it will happen. Live for the people around you, and live for your family, which is the people around you, the pets you have, the close friends to you. You might not agree with them all the time, but still be there with them as much as you can, as much as they'll let you be there with them. If they don't want that and shun you, that is their issue to deal with, but you just continue to be there for them, whether it's 30 years down the line or whatever. And laughter is a wonderful thing. It's good for you health-wise. It's good for you mentally. It's a wonderful thing. And shared laughter is one of the best things in the world. It's always wonderful to find something to laugh at. But if you can, whenever you can, laugh with a stranger, and that even spreads it wider. That's basically pretty much me. And chaos. I don't care what's going on around me. If the place is a mess or whatever, you know, I'll get round to it eventually. Night, Dave. You behave. Now, of those 12 Republicans who voted no to congressional gold medals, were any of them involved in the riot, in the planning of the riot? Ace of coins, that's a yes. Yes, some of them may have even assisted with money, getting money. I'm doing things a little bit different with that one. Queen of coins, yes, some of them were. Again, here's the resources. I'm doing things a little bit differently with this deck. I'm doing little cuts. The Tower, yes. Well, that's a no card, but still, it's it was meant to topple things, to create chaos, and to create changes. The world was watching. Again, that's a yes, and they wanted to bring around the end of Biden being put into power and bring back Trump, renew the journey for Trump. And the world was watching, and they knew it. Ten of Cups. Yes, there were some Republicans involved. Two of Swords, tipping point. Crucial decisions. There was a chance, there was a point where they could have said, it's a tipping point, a crossroads, where they could have said, no, I'm not going to have anything to do with this. And they all had that point. And the people who were involved just said, nope, no, not going to do it. Hi, Flora. King of Swords. They will be prosecuted. Eight of Wands. Oh, there's communications. There's communication, there's receipts, there's paper communication, there's documents, there's communications there that prove it. Nine of Cups. People want justice to happen to these people, and that's what will happen. That's what will happen. Wow, there you go. Yes, some of them were, and they will be found out, and they will basically have to pay the piper. Oh, Joanne, don't worry about that. You know, people have priorities in their life that sometimes overtake things. You know, there's been days, I mean, last week, of course, I had to reset all the wireless stuff to be able to do the reading. But there have been times where I've had other things that I've had to do, and I've had to not do a reading. Or, you know, other times we've said, well, we're going to get away for a little bit, so I haven't done a reading and things like that. I'm never ever upset for people for missing readings or whatever. I don't expect, you know, if it helps, great. But that's the good thing is that they're always there for you to go and look at later, you know. You've been in the garden. Wow. How is it down at Bibra Lake? See, I got it right this time. Not the dreaded Rockingham. Bibra Lake's a very pretty area. Got a very pretty lake. Okay, what's next on the list? China. Is China going to try and invade Taiwan this year? Poised, but being held back. China going to invade Taiwan this year. They're always poised to. It's like they've got this whole little port harbour with everything there. All the people are everything ready to go at a moment's notice. Ace of Swords, yes, but truth. There are hidden problems holding them back from doing it. There's things that we don't know about. No. If they invaded Taiwan, things would change irrevocably. And that's part of why. They want to. They're poised to. Institutions. Eight of Swords, that's a no. They would paint themselves into a corner that they could not get out of. The world's always watching the situation. Institutions. That's the Hierophant as well. Other institutions. This could be the UN. Then NATO. But it's not NATO, is it? Because it's not the UN, I'd say. And the world is always watching. Two of Coins. Trying to find the right balance. Justice. They feel like they'd be justified to do it, but no. Ten of Swords, no, they won't. They're just too aware of where this would push them with the rest of the world. And they really want to claim Taiwan. They really want to. But they're being restrained and constrained by several factors, including the irrevocable change that would be brought about. There's people are watching it, especially because of the way that they're handling Hong Kong. I just got Hong Kong might try and is Hong Kong going to try and claim independence? Okay, is Hong Kong going to make a bid? Independence, full secession from China. Let's have a look. You're walking distance from Adventure World. Oh, cool. You know, I noticed, I was looking at Adventure World and I noticed that you can hire a cabana by the lake there. I mean, I am not a rides person in any way, shape or form, but the idea of having an indoor cabana by the lake all for myself for the day, just relaxing, swimming, or there's a lake or a pool, or whatever, relaxing, swimming. You can do that for free, really, but this is full service cabana. They bring you food, everything. Oh. Adventure World is a theme park, which is very popular, of course, in Western Australia. The closest I've been to Adventure World. I've been to Disneyland. I've been to Universal Studios in Singapore. I've been to Disneyland in Paris. But the closest I've been to theme park otherwise or Adventure World is when I broke my toe a few years back. Mum's 70th birthday, I think. Not 10 years back now, I think. Anyway, I broke my toe and the bone. So this is your toe. This is the toe and the bone in your big toe. Well, I broke it so it was like that. You see the gap here? So there was a split right down the middle. Thanks, Flora. And had to go to the hospital to get it all x-rayed and everything, and they had me doped up on God knows what. And I'm lying back and I start to feel dizzy. So I'm on the bed. So they flattened the bed because the bed was up, right? The bed was like this. So they flattened it and it went down, 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 down. And then it started to go this way so that more blood could get to my head because no blood was getting. And I'm like, as the bed was going like that, I'm like, Adventure World! Got out of the hospital, was sitting in the wheelchair, still off my head. At 10 o'clock at night, Hummy went to get the car, and I decided I was going to let someone know that I broke my toe. So I realised that it was a bit late at night to call the East Coast. So my brother was still living in Beijing at the same time zone. So I called up my brother in China, in Beijing. He's like, yeah, what? Because he was bringing his wife and daughter over as a surprise for Mum's 70th. We were all going. And I'm like, I broke my toe. Poor guy. Oh, did you? Oh, Joanne, you're having a tough time. Please stay strong. And yeah, everyone send happy, positive thoughts to Joanne and her daughter. If I can find the x-rays, which are still around here somewhere, I might be able to show you one day, but I don't know where they are. You know, sometimes I'm going to say the word shitty things happen, and they can take up so much of your time and so much of your energy, and at that time you've got to put that time and energy into it. But if you can find things, to me, humour's always been a way to get through things. So, anyway, what are we looking? The judges. Will the judges, the 135 unqualified judges that Trump had put in, will there be some of them lose their jobs? I'm going to say, will there be a review? Will some of them lose their jobs because of it? Or leave? The Chariot, there is momentum for a review. King of Pentacles. Oh, it's upside down. It's upside down. King of Pentacles. There's going to be some resources put there through stability, leadership. There's going to be some resources put towards a review of these judges. Definitely going to be, yes, there's definitely going to be a review. Indeed, 6 going back to the past to have a look. They're going to have a look at their judgments since they made the quality of their judgments, the wisdom of their judgments, and having a look at their qualifications. They're going to have a look at their performance. There are definitely going to be some who will leave. There's definitely going to be some who will leave or be told to leave. Yeah, here's the resources card for that. King of Pentacles, wise leadership. Some were in it for money too. Yeah, there's definitely going to be an upset and changes within the judicial system with some of these judges. Basically, their appointments are going to be reviewed, what went into their appointments in the first place, and if they really should have been nominated, if they were qualified. And anyone can be qualified, anyone can be nominated to be a judge. So they can't really look at the nomination. They're going to have to review the nomination process. If I was a US citizen, I could be nominated to be a judge. And trust me, I don't know very much about the law. Well, laws of geography, yeah. You know, so there is going to be some upset. But any review and decisions are going to be made on their performance since they stepped into that role. The Emperor, stability, the rule of law, how their performances have backed up, their knowledge of the rule of law, how they've held that up. Have they held that up? They're going to look at who they were dealing with, who they were talking to, who their relationships are with. The American people are going to be happy with the outcome of this. So there's going to be a review, and yeah, there will be a review, and there will be some people who will leave. There will be some people, even though they weren't qualified in that, they didn't have law degrees or whatever, who have stepped up, who have done the work, studied the law, done, you know, to fill in their knowledge and all that, taken it on seriously, even though they weren't qualified. They've taken the job seriously and the role seriously, and they're doing a pretty good job. They might be asked to take some courses, or they might be, look, here are some resources, or they might be appointed clerks who can help them even better. Not every one of those people have done a bad job and deserve to be kicked out, because some of them have taken it seriously, gone and done the readings, gone and done this, gone and done the review, gone and learned this. They're smart enough people to know that, okay, they've been appointed a judge, they have to know the ins and outs of what they're judging on, and they have gotten themselves good people to help them with all that. But there are some who have done terrible jobs, and whether they go or not, it's going to be based on their record since they took office. If a person who's been appointed a judge is doing a good job, is doing things properly, learning what they need to learn, there's no reason why they shouldn't be. And if they're, okay, we're going to take a recess, and they go and they ask opinions of others, or look at opinions of others and do the research and stuff, there's no reason why they shouldn't be doing it, because they're doing their due diligence. But there's others who just, yeah, will go. Dead Prez. You would be a good dead Prez. What's that, Melinda? A meet and greet at Adventure World would be good. It'd be great. Laura, why don't you grab the URL, the link to Adventure World, and everyone can go and have a look for themselves what it's about. I put in a Z by mistake. President. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Don't worry if you're tired, darling. Yeah, because Adventure World, coming up to the time where they close soon, isn't it? About after Easter or something. They're only open till Easter. Is that right? So, okay. What's next on the list? Now, I don't have anything more written down, but there was something I wanted to look at. Let's see. Adventure World is in Western Australia, of course. It's near where Flora lives. She's walking distance. It's in a place called Bibra Lake in Western Australia, and it's about, Bibra Lake's about half-hour drive south of the city of Perth, so it's not very far away. Yeah. Remember, if anyone wants a reading too, you can email me at footprinttarot@gmail.com. I'm just going back through the comments. Oh, let's see, tomorrow night. I'm thinking I'll hop on Saturday morning, my time, which is Friday night yours. So pretty much similar at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, which is your time over there, whatever it usually is. And that'll be Friday night your time. I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope everyone's had a nice St. Patrick's Day. Is Mitch McConnell going to be around for much longer? Let's have a look. Is Mitch McConnell going to retire soon? Judgment. He's definitely going to be facing some judgment of some kind. That's interesting. Will they ever stop the lies coming out of Fox News? I'll read on Fox News next. The Hermit. Things are going to come to light. These are big impact cards for him. But it could also be him being forced into isolation, but it's not reversed. So, well, legacy, family. An end of his legacy. Still a little bit away. Page of Swords, disappointing news for him. He's really hanging in there at the moment with the Four of Swords, disappointing news. Walking away. Yeah, he's definitely gearing up towards retirement. He's still a little bit away from it, but he's gearing up towards leaving. Nine, grieving merchants. Ties to his wife. Momentum. There's momentum. There's growing momentum behind him leaving. People wanting him to retire and leave the world. New journey. End of one journey, start of another. He's got some high impact cards here. Don't be surprised if he's gone by the end of the year. Don't be surprised if he's not. I just got through my head that possibly won't be there in 2022. It might have to be somebody replacing him. He is as old as dirt, isn't he? Good night, Judith. Look after yourself, please. This fan's too cold now. Thank you for joining us. Look after yourself. And everyone knows that I wish the best for them, and I hope that they're all going really well. So I hope you all know that too. Okay, any other Fox News. Will Fox News stop with its liars? Pause on Fox News. I just got some Fox News. That sounds about right. That's what they've been, really, a pox on the country. There's a pause coming up. Review. Old ways. Queen of Pentacles. Resources. They're losing advertisers. They're losing advertisers. There's new plans. You see this? This is interesting, this one, because the guy, he's got his wand in this hand. He's got the view, the global view of what's happening, and then these birds are bringing in a new wand, new plans, new growth, new energy. There's going to be some changes, new deals made. There's going to be a review of the staff and the opinion host. It's going to be a lot of Page of Cups. There's going to be some surprising news. Going to be some surprising news for some of the people who have been a mainstay there. Two of Swords. Yeah, they're definitely at a crossroads. This is interesting. It's on top of the new plans, new energy. They're definitely at a crossroads, looking at what direction they're going to go in. Reap what you sow. Honestly, there's a whole line here towards the old ways, the old people. New deals. Reap what you sow. Queen of Wands. New leadership. Better leadership, more intuitive leadership. They will be brought back to a very good position, but it's going to be under different leadership. There's going to be more exposure, more better days ahead for them. Page of Pentacles. They're bringing in newer people, younger people, brighter people. They want to go in a different direction, which is the Seven of Cups is the gaslighting. Gaslighting. New deals about the gaslighting. No more gaslighting. I thought that was Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Details. Looking at details. not getting so caught up in conspiracy theories that they're not seeing what's happening. Here's the review card. Read what you sow. Review. Go in a different direction. So there's better times ahead as they head into a different direction. Temperance. They're going to be more restrained. Hold back more. Put more restraint on opinion host, and probably there's going to be a whole new reign of people. These they're going to head in a different direction. They like opinion hosts because they do generate advertisers and get people excited, but they know if they're going to survive, they have to pretty well do a whole new outlook, a whole new direction. And they're going to aim to do that. I think they're going to put a female in charge. These ones are the Connolly deck. With the box. Connolly Tarot. And the other deck that I've brought out is the Tattoo Tarot. Ink and Intuition. So, okay. I'll do another 15 minutes. That'll take us up to 2.5 hours. Any questions, guys? Because I've run through the questions that I've had. I'm just running back through the comments to see if there was a question I missed. I do have a feeling that there is one that I've missed, but I said I'd read on, but then I forgot. About Republican governors, Shelby. Hi, Shelby. I'm concerned about Republican governors who are lifting COVID restrictions. It seems like they are. Could you read on that? Why are the Republican governors lifting COVID restrictions? And is 45 going to run in 2024? Okay. Governors lift restrictions 45 2024. Can I determine a timeline for Trump's indictments? Will Chris Wray leave soon? He does have the confidence of the government, but we'll have a look, because normally it's a 10-year appointment. yeah, I don't think Biden would fire him. Okay, Republican governors lifting restrictions. Why? Night, Carter Mancy. Thanks for joining us. They want to get things moving again in their states. They also feel like if they don't, they'll be left out in the cold in 2020 in the next round of elections, and Trump won't endorse them. They're just tired of it. God, let's get over it already. There's a bit of a feeling like that. They should just get over it already and accept what's going to come. You know, people should just accept that they're going to have to deal with this thing, and they should open up the states, and people are just going to have to accept that and, you know, deal with it. Will Merrick Garland investigate the background check on Kavanaugh? I did a reading on that. MG investigate K's background check. I did a reading on the check themselves as to why it was so weak. So I'll have a look at that one too. Magician. Yeah. Oh, they think if they open things up, it'll all just magically go back to normal. And people will admit that it was all hoax. Yeah, they want to bring energy back to their states or new ideas. They think they're being good. They think they're being creative and bringing about a new energy and stuff. But, you know, oh, yeah, the result of this is going to be that, by the way, in those states. Page of Cups, surprising emotional news. Resources. They think that they have the resources to cope with any pandemic. This is going to be a tipping point. This is going to help the third wave of COVID. They're going to be helping it along. And also they do want Trump's support. Overindulged. Some of them have drunk the Kool-Aid too, that it's not really as bad as it is. Overindulging, immaturity. This doing it to get support for Trump, and look at what the little cherub up there is doing, pouring this stuff all over people, like it's pouring COVID all over the people in those states. Yeah, it's not going to be very pretty. Oh, possibly. Yeah. They also know, they're not stupid, they know that in a lot of the underserviced communities are Democrat strongholds as well. And that hanging them out, they might thin out the Democrat voting herd and stuff. It's going to sound horrible, but it's sort of another way of voter suppression. Disgusting. Trump 2024. Is he going to run? I don't know if he's even going to be here in 2024. You have to go having lunch with a friend, stay well and safe. Thanks, Flora. Thanks for joining in, and have a good time. And I still want to get together with you in the city, and we will. We'll sort something out. I want to go into the city one day in the next few weeks, so see if we can sort something out. Millen, I don't think they're that evil, but it's like, well, for consequences that happens, well, they're not going to cry over it, if you know what I mean. Have a great lunch, Flora. Okay, Trump in 2024, is he going to run? He's thinking about it. He's always thinking. He's making deals with people for funding and things. It's his intention to. It's his intention to go ahead with that, move towards that. But for some reason, I don't see it happening. He's gathering resources. Economic stability within his own company. But it's going to be stopped, paused. There's going to be a pause button on it. He wants to, and he's intending to. The world is watching. He'll be out, but he'll end up out in the cold. Sitting pretty, abuse of power. He's not going to get enough support. There'll be a pause button put on it. Eight of Wands, communications. 5, abuse of power. The Moon. There's so many hidden things against him, going against him, and stuff's going to come to light about him that's going to go against him. So yeah, he's intending to, wants to, he's intending to, but it's all going to come to a screeching halt. It's not going to come to fruition. Will I ask the cards if it's will I ask the cards if it's their way of thinning the herd? I don't really need to, because I still get through my head going, it's a consequence they're aware of, that people could die, but then they're like shrugging their shoulders at it. So if that's what happened, they don't care. Is their attitude is they don't care if that's what happens. But they don't want to be seen as actively doing it. So it's like a passive acceptance of what could happen. So they're not doing it to try to thin the herd, but they know that that's a consequence that could happen. And they're just like, no. Timeline for, you know, tarot's not very good with time. I can do a Kipper reading on that. So I'll just have to clear some space here, because the spread is quite big. Kipper. Kipper. So I'm going to do a Kipper reading on that. Okay. So, anything, any indication of a timeline on Trump and his indictments, what's going to happen there? Guides of the highest truth and compassion. Easy cards. Indication of time. I think they're going to be seen during the course of this year. They're going to come out. There's going to be some come out. Not all of them, but some. They really want to cross the T's and dot the I's here. So it's like patience is a virtue. So I'm going to use these little cards here, the Kipper cards, which is, any of you watch Sheila, my mate Sheila at Celtic Tarot, she uses them as well. So anyway, I'll go. Six. They take a little while to deal out. This is like 36 of them. Here he is. Trump. Okay, so he is the second card in, third line down. So we go the second row down, 4 cards in the second row down. We go the whole of the third row, and then we do the immediate diagonals around. So, military person reversed. That is his attempted coup attempt. Theft, his attempt to steal the election. Main person, and he is upside down. He is reversed. So he is yeah. The past, so he's looking at his past. Everything in the direction that he's looking at is the future. Marriage card, commitment, but he's upside down. So he's always looking at the past. He's not really looking at the future. He's turning his back on the future and looking at the past at the moment. Big hope, water is reversed, no hope. He's looking at the marriage card, the commitment card. People made commitments to him and he wants them to keep them. Pleasant letter. So next to him is big water, hope, big water, and overflow of hope, but it's reversed. So he's getting more and more of an idea that things aren't going to be as he hoped. Things didn't turn out as he hoped. So he's, turned his back on that. Pleasant letter. He thinks he's going to get some news. that he's going to be pardoned or whatever. He's waiting for news that he's going to get pardoned. Expectation that he's going to get away with it, but prison is there. Prison in this case, I think, would be indictment. Success in love, but it's upside down. So any partnerships he made, any commitments that he's looking back at, so he's looking back at the commitment here, the marriage card here, which is commitment, marriage and deal. Success in love, success in those is not going to happen. High honours, he's not going to retain the high honours. And a good gentleman, this is the good gentleman is right in his future. This is Biden. He's not going to beat Biden. He thinks he can beat Biden in 2024, but that's not going to happen. Now, we're asking the question about indictments. Is there a timeline here? Gloomy thoughts, upside down. He's just wishing. He's wishing and hoping. He's thinking that by believing that he can make all this bad stuff go away, drift away, because this card is facing, the cloud is facing away from him. So he's really hoping. Good rich gentleman, reversed. So a bad rich gentleman, he's, yeah, short illness, but reversed on long illness. This is, yeah, what he hoped would go away. Great happiness is not going to happen. There's a main person underneath is the woman. That's his wife. She's reversed. She's gone. Rich girl. His daughter's in there somewhere. Time-wise, the living room is up. High honours. It's above high honours and diagonal to non-success in love. The living room is anywhere from 24 days to 24 months. But next to the living room is a court person going against him. Could be 24 weeks. The good gentleman, the court person, bereavement. Underneath the high is bereavement, saying goodbye, the death with his dreams of high honours. Court person, house, within his house, reversed. False person, prison, little child. Stripping of high honours. That's within the next 24 months. Stripping of high honours. I think Linda G's right. They will prove that he was not a legitimate president. Court. The court judgment will be against him. As far as indictments, there's theft.
Check your emails.
Check my emails.
I sent a few choice ones through to you.
A few choice ones?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, exactly. They should have come through by now.
Clutch my pearls. And I do own pearls. They're freshwater pearls from really quick. They're lovely. Hey?
You seem to be interested in the vaccines supply issues. So
Well, yes, I am.
have a look at the email.
Will we indulge my hubby?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? He goes, yeah, why not? Okay, let's have a look here.
Everything's dated and timed and referenced.
Okay. With this chart, he's got no hope. This is the hope of him being able to slow down the indictments. Short illness, upside down, it's gonna great happiness, but it's reversed. No, well, the great happiness isn't reversed. Change, the change for him moving forward. I've just got to check which is a time card. I know the time card, living room is 1. Rich, good gentleman, which is directly direct, a lucky charm, but he's reversed. It tells you that a fast and good solution is possible even if the card layout is a whole is an unfavourable, but it's reversed. So there's no good fast and good solution for him. Need for security in the house. There's no security within his house. Prison, military person, security, stability, no security and stability for him. There's 2 main time cards here. The living room is 1. Cannot go on as used and explicitly warns you against thieves. Reversed. No, it's not reversed. There's definitely expectation in the air. Expectation of prison. Expectation is next to prison. So there's definitely expectation there. Dispute. This card can also stand for deceptions and excessive expectation. So the big water reverse, deceptions, excessive expectations. Documentary. Pleasant letter, which can be documents. Pleasant letter can be documents. So that's expectation. I just haven't done these for a while, so I'm looking at the book here. So this definitely documents, which I think are the indictments. He's got no hope of outrunning the indictments. Expectations that they will send him to prison if he lasts that long. He's not going to be able to beat it. Depending on the card question, the card may also ask you to refrain from jumping the gun. So indictments are coming. That's expectation card. That's this little card here. Grief and adversity, where's that? Oh, yes, seeking advice. Cannot go on as before, bereavement. He's not going to be able to go on as before. Yeah. Look, I think sometime within the next, there's going to be a lot happening with Trump in the next 2 years. It might be at least another month before indictments come out. So that's the best I can get there. Hi, Rondell Fredgate. So that's the best I can do with that at the moment. But it's quite a story. They do blend quite a story. It's really fascinating how you can get so much context out of these cards and stuff. Sean Muller. Hello, Sean. I saw your name earlier and didn't say hello, and I'm sorry about that. All right. Oh, we're up to 2 hours 47 as well. I'll just go to a 3 hour mark, okay? Because we've still got a couple of things to look at. Chris Ray. Is Chris Ray going to be leaving soon? He sent me some AstraZeneca news. Don't switch. Europe has threatened to seize AstraZeneca factories and strip the pharmaceutical of its intellectual properties in a fresh escalation of the bitter row over coronavirus. Drew up separate laws in January to give itself the final say over whether COVID-19 vaccine on the continent can leave its territories. Oh my goodness. And officials have approved 314 exports and rejected just one, and that one is 250,000 AstraZeneca doses to Australia. We're screwed. Ray, Christopher Ray. Is he going to stay? Or he is talking to Merrick Garland. Reaching agreement, 7 of coins. He's assessing assessing things. There is a bit of a reap what you saw about that, but he's always assessing what needs to happen, assessing everything. His hands were pretty much tied in looking at something. 2 wands, plans, making plans. Now I don't think he's going to go anywhere very quickly. Knight of Cups, an offer to stay. The Chariot, momentum is with him. He's talking to Garland at the moment and looking at assessing the ways to do things and what needs to be done. Knight of Cups, he's definitely got the offer to stay, and I think he is definitely thinking about it, and he can move the agency forward and change things and bring changes to the agency. I do think he's the man to be where he should be. He's where he should be. Consequences, plans and consequences. Or ships coming in of those plans, things coming together of the plans. He's had plans for the agency, but being under Trump, he couldn't do anything with them. So Merrick Garland is reviewing those things with him. Now, I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think he's going to stay for a while. I don't know if he'll see the 10 years out, but I don't think you're going to see him leaving anytime soon. He had plans for the agency, and he's wanted to move the agency along and make changes within the agency, but being where he was with Trump, he couldn't do much. So no, I think he's very prepared to stay and make some changes and bring the agency back up. And certainly investigate any abuses of power, which 9 of Coins can be abuses of power. He's happy to investigate what's going on, where his hands may have been tied. I don't know if he was the FBI director when Kavanaugh was put in, but he's definitely happy to have a look at things and go through and work with Garland. He wants to work with Garland. He's got a lot of respect for him. Okay. And what's this last one? Will MGNK. Oh, yeah. Merrick Garland. Will Merrick Garland order investigations? Yeah, I think he's already ordered a review. That's come out, I think, with a review, 7 of Coins. 7 of Coins into something that continued the momentum. Something, yeah, that's a review of Kavanaugh's FBI investigation is one of the things he's talking to Ray about. So, yes, Garland is on that. Okay, guys, what I think I might do is something I haven't done for a little while and to wrap up the session. And I think I'll get some oracle cards and we'll do a reading and see what messages Spirit has for everyone. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll just go and grab some cards. Magical curve. Where's some of the hidden rolls, I think? So, of course, I do my first impressions and then I look at the book also. So I do both. So, to wrap things up, hi, Jane Bingley English. How are you? Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for us. Guides the highest truth and compassion. Spirit has for us as global citizens. The Camel Boy, small steps asking for help. The Chess Queen, trust and strategizing. The Fire Prince, optimism and aggression. What's this one that didn't come? Oh, that's about the illustrator. Okay. My first off impressions, Camel Boy, small steps asking for help. It's a long journey. See, he's on a camel. A camel designed for long, an animal used for long journeys over vast distances. Each step gets you closer, but, you know, but they're only each step is only a small distance in the journey. So you'll be taking small steps. It's going to be a long journey back. Don't be afraid for us to help if you need it. And be prepared for a long journey. But every step you take gets you closer to your goals. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it in taking the next step. The Chess Queen, trust and strategizing. Trust your instincts. Especially when you're looking at how you want to proceed with things in the future. Trust what your gut's telling you and trust your instincts. And don't be afraid if you're strategizing to think outside the box. A lot of people, when they have this, they set out their strategy and they follow it to the T. And a lot of times that works. But sometimes you need to be a little bit flexible. Trust your instincts if it tells you that you've got to make adjustments to your strategy. Optimism, the fire prince, optimism and aggression. Be positive going forward. Lots of fire energy. Don't be afraid to move aggressively, but don't act aggressively. If you know what I mean, it means don't be afraid to make an aggressive move, which is in that it sure of yourself, firm. It might put other people off balance, but if you need to do that, do that. But don't be aggressive in your actions. Don't be violent. It's not aggression as in being violent or intimidating or anything. It's aggression as in surety. And it might be sudden and sharp, suddenly going in a different direction. But don't be afraid of that. And have optimism and faith in yourself that you will get through this journey. And believe in yourself. Have that optimism. So let's have a look at the camel boy. What does that say? When the camel boy is an ally, he reminds you that asking for help will bring the right people to ease the burden in your life. Perhaps a wise person appears to give you advice. Maybe you're moving and suddenly a couple of friends offer to give you a hand with your packing, or you just want information about someone and you just happen to run into his former partner who gives you the knowledge you need to make a decision you've been weighing with. No matter the issue, this is a sign that if you ask, you will receive what you need. The camel boy never lets you down when you ask for help in lightening your load. Now is the time to do so and to expect it. When it challenges you, the camel boy challenges you to stop the course of action you're on and get busy with the more mundane things. Nothing can happen right now to move you forward in this inquiry any more quickly. This is the time to stop, chop wood, carry water, to rest. Stop in the oasis you're in at the moment. Regather your sources. Attend to your home, wash your car, declutter your closet, a spring cleaning, and spring clean your thoughts. That said, if you do all the small things now, the big ones are accomplished as if by magic. And always when you stop trying to do it all at once and all by yourself. So you might have a lot of small things cluttering, and it doesn't hurt to ask for help with those either. Another message is a warning to stop attempting to accomplish everything single-handedly. Okay, again, don't be afraid to ask for help. Expecting that no one will ever come to help. Try letting people come to help. You can relinquish some control. The chess queen. When she's an ally, the chess queen has all the tools you need to aid you in your quest for your life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. When she arrives as your ally, you're given the task of asking Spirit for a vision of your life. Also ask to know the right actions to ensure you're part of the process unfolding. Then, with a sense of trust, allow the strategy to be given unto you by the divine. Are your own goals and desires in alignment with the divine plan? Well, You've just got to trust that it is, don't you? This is a reminder that there is your plan, and then there is life's plan. When you're in alignment, when both are in alignment, all manner of messages are delivered to aid you in taking the next right action in your life. The chess queen says that you will win this game as long as you let spirit choose your moves. Trust in the moves that are happening. Challenger, when she's challenging you, the chess queen arrives to challenge you. It simply means that you're living too much in your head, planning, scheming, and strategizing what your future will look like and how it will unfold. Remember the saying, man's plans and God's laugh. Remember what I said about flexibility? You cannot know the power and beauty that is meant for you. The laws of cause and effect apply here. Don't dictate what you want, as your wants may not be in your highest good. Ask instead for the miracle set aside for you and you alone. What does Spirit want for you? Perhaps it's time to let go and turn your life over to the care of, well, basically life. You can never lose when Spirit plays the game of life on your behalf. Have trust. Have trust in the strategy of your life. Be flexible and have trust that anyone who's up there had the plan that's been set out for you is the right one. Okay, the Fire Prince. Optimism and aggression. As an ally, the Fire Prince arrives as your ally. He lets you know that he represents the invisible forces behind all manner of manifestation. He brings you the gift of optimism. You will be rightly inspired to move forward and take confident and assertive action to reach your goal. That's what it means about aggression, confident and assertive. Envisioning the path of the highest good with an optimistic outlook, the Fire Prince also brings you the gift of a miracle. Things come together as if by magic to create the reality you seek. You have every reason to be hopeful. Move forward knowing that you have everything you need and more. Just remember to share the enthusiasm, believe in others, and be optimistic with them. For them. There are a couple of messages delivered by the Fire Prince as a challenger. Okay? Be mindful of starting a fire you can't put out. Aggressive action results in loss. Slow down and don't be so eager to reach your goal. Okay? You can be assertive, you can be confident, but don't be aggressive. Okay? Stay clear of someone who else's unbridled ambition and aggression. If you think you could get burned, you most certainly will, unless you remove yourself from the action. He could also be warning you to be careful of burnout. This might pertain to workaholism and obsessively focusing on something you want, excluding all else. You may be afraid to let go, but you must. If you keep going the way you are, you truly won't have any energy left, nor will you see your way through your path. It's easy to get lost in the dark when there is no flame to light the way. Okay, guys. I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you so much for joining me and for the support. And please stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay loving. Love you all. Bye-bye.